So a Russian man comes to Ghana, uses his privileges to have his way with, according to the blogs, over 100 Ghanaian women. And all of the sudden, the internet is in a frenzy. The internet is trying to push a narrative. The Ghanaian women are one, cheap, and two, of that same character. But let me make something very, very clear. This man obviously had an ulterior motive, and his ulterior motive was to come into a country, a third world country that is, which was once colonized by the whites, knowing that a lot of these women will still have this savior mentality towards white people, knowing that a lot of these women haven't actually gone through a process of self-actualization to get to a point to understand that the white man ain't going to save you. And he's using that same mindset that they once put black women, African women in against us. And we are accepting this narrative to sit. Secondly, Ghanaian women are amongst one of the industrious women in the world. He obviously selected his location because had he gone to the marketplace, he would have noticed that the Ghanaian woman is breaking her back and thriving in a system that wasn't even designed for her to do so. And thirdly, men and women exchanging and having these encounters has been the oldest profession in the world. And Ghana is no exception. Okay, the same way you will also find a woman of a very high standard when it comes to morals in Ghana. It is quite disappointing that we are allowing an outsider to come in to paint a narrative and to make it seem like Ghanaian women are of a certain character when we know that that is not the case.
Now, sister, we're both black. We're both African. And I have nothing against what you said at all. I have nothing against what you said. That being said, I feel like sometimes we cannot wait on somebody else to correct us or to wait for us to correct ourselves about how we perceive ourselves. The same thing is happening in Kenya right now. Another Russian man is in Kenya, and he has slept with many women. Not only has he slept with many women, he's going around distributing pictures of them or videos of them and all that. This is not the first time that this has happened. This is not the first time that a white man has gone to an African country, and whether it's to sleep around and stuff like that, whether it's to spread disease and all that, I've seen it. I have literally seen it, with my own eyes. I have seen somebody who was there. Ironically, he came. He came to spread the good word of the Lord. And this man literally, I think I met him when I was in college still, right? And he would literally go around, he would speak to me in Swahili, he would speak to literally every other woman. He was friends with somebody at the time that I knew, an entire group of people, and they weren't really religious or anything like that. But it was always so ironic to me that sometimes he would try and show me pictures and stuff like that. I wasn't the only one he was trying to show pictures to. I don't really know how to react to that. That being said, there's only so many times you can wait somebody else to seek or to see your value or to treat you in a way that you deserve. Sometimes you have to put your foot down and be like, hey, I'm not gonna tolerate your shit. I'm gonna go my own way, right? The fact that a lot of African women do not see themselves in very high regard when they're in relationship with black men is something that needs to be talked about more. And every time I bring it up, people accuse me of being racist because I said I have no interest in race mixing. I find it to be a very racist ideology to tell people, oh, why don't you leave your people behind and go with this person who has come from a race that has literally pillaged and colonized, enslaved every other continent in the world. I find that to be very disingenuous. Just like I find it very disingenuous to believe that a white man can be a good person. I don't, and I will continue to preach. White people are not good people. Always keep my eye out when a white person is in the room with me. Yes, I do. Anyway, all this to say, guys, yes, Ghana cannot be, ostracized or talked badly about because of a few individuals, yes. But sometimes we need to look inward. Inward? Yeah. We need to look inward. to see if truly there are certain things that we could work on. I say when it comes to self-respect, you really cannot gamble on it. You really cannot. And when race is at play, you really cannot. When race is at play, you really cannot try and put a gamble on it at all. People can go around and make jokes about anything, but when it comes to your race, girl, that's your life. Okay? You need to realize. Okay? You need to realize that truly and honestly, there is no way of like going back and forth with this shit. Your humanity can never ever ever be questioned by you or other people. Those are things that cannot be negotiated at all. Okay? And it's okay to admit the beginning of things is admitting things, right? The beginning of seeking help is admitting that you do have a problem. You have a problem. Most African women, most black women hold white people in high regard, and we need to stop that. We need to stop that. A few years ago, a white man came into Kenya as well and literally spread so many diseases to black women, Kenyan women, at the time. Okay? You cannot keep having the same problem, especially when the solution is so easy. It's literally at your fingertips. I said it before so many fucking times. You guys have a white problem. You have an obsession with white people. You need help. Free yourself from the shackles of a white man, please. And say the same thing about those nasty women who have YouTube channels talking about how to trap a white man. Just nasty work.